Hi.
Hi, everyone. Julie was dancing.
How are? Yeah, I was just a little. How's it going?
We got.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. We have Lynette and John is here.
Oh, hi guys.
They've been here a while.
I know they were chatting when I popped in here about 10 minutes ago.
Janine. I'm not sure who M. Holmquist is.
Wow.
I
recognize the name.
You guys were little chatterboxes.
They were. They were talking about hometowns and some Irish lineages. Kathy had a good question about, let's see, where did that go? She wanted to know if adding dates to the guest challenge counts. And I said, of course, because we're not really keeping score.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying that to be a smart aleck. I just meant this is kind of an informal challenge that we do. So we don't really keep track of things. But the more profiles you guys can find dates for, the better. And it improves the database. So yes, it counts.
Now, Julie, you do keep track of some things, right?
I do.
I'm sure you have a spreadsheet.
You know me. Well, we can't actually. I kind of piggyback onto what Alesh has, because he, through the data doctor reporting, he does 4 of our errors or suggestions: 131, 132, 133, 134, which all address profiles that don't have dates, either no dates on the entire family or no dates on a profile, but maybe dates on the connected profiles. So he keeps account of what's out there, and so yeah, I do kind of watch those statistics. I'm gonna make a confession. I didn't get those updated this week, so what's on the space page is not up to date. But I'll try and get that done this afternoon. I am the only one home right now, and my dog wants in. I'll be right back. I can still hear you and talk to you, though. It's just over here.
Let's see who else is here. Hello, Leah.
It's always about the dogs, isn't it? Dogs and food.
Your dogs always show up.
I know.
In one way or the other. Last time we talked about dog training.
Yes, and my grand dog Charlie and his buttons.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a very busy week in my household. People coming and going, and including myself. I've been out and about a lot this week, and I just didn't get to prepare for Friday date night like I wish I could. So I don't really have a fun little slideshow or anything. So that's not as much fun. But I had an idea. I wondered if you guys knew about the index for the surname pages. Have you ever seen that?
I think so.
Okay.
If you're talking about what I'm thinking about.
Okay. Well, first I'll put up a let's see here. I made a little banner. So if you go to that URL, you will find. Let me go over and share my screen. You will find that page. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this before. Is that what you were thinking about, Katie?
No, I was thinking about when you click on a surname.
Oh, yeah.
It lists everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the same. Okay, so what happens when you click on one of those links?
Well, if you go up, as you can see it, this is like just the A page, or part of the A page. So this just gives you an index of all of the names that we have on WikiTree. There's some weird ones. Look at this. So obviously this is not, this isn't entered correctly.
Yeah.
So
The Lord Sultan of Abernethy.
yeah. So and it could actually, it could be entered correctly. I haven't taken a look at the profile, but this is, I like to dig around in here sometimes and just see what's out there, because sometimes you'll find profiles that, like this, had the surname entered incorrectly, and you can contact the profile manager or maybe the project that it should be associated with and help get that fixed. Now, if you don't have any experience with that, don't worry about it. Somebody will fix it at some point. It's probably not connected to anything, and it's not going to hurt anybody if it's sitting out there. But at some point, it should be fixed or addressed, and we can get that squared away. But I love digging around in the surname index, because you just never know what you're going to see.
Okay, click on a surname. I want to see like what.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, so let's go here. And the ones that are linked actually will take you to the surname page. Right. The ones that are not linked are just one, I believe it's just a single profile.
Yeah, I think so. Or like less than
a
certain number.
So here's, I'm going to say HR'd. So if I click on that and come over here, I can sort by birth. And I see that there are 2 profiles here that don't have any dates on them.
Hold on, your screen froze.
Ah, no. Oh, you know why? Well, that was silly of me. Hold on. Let me go back to my screen sharing. Let me go to, it's because I only shared a tab. That was silly.
Oh.
Here, I'll just do my whole screen. We're going to get the tube of infinity.
Ooh.
Here it goes. Here we go. Woohoo! Okay, so I'll do that again. So here's the index page. I started here, and I clicked on HR'd. I can close that, which brought up this list. And then I can go to that page or that list. And this you're very familiar with, I'm sure. And well, for a surname anyway. Yeah. So as you can see, we can sort by birth, and then it makes it very obvious which ones don't have a birth date or any date in it. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, so then if I go to Joseph's profile, I see he's got a couple of links in here. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, they just linked to his own profile.
Yeah.
That's okay. People are still learning. And we see that he was married in 1836, so it would be pretty easy to estimate a date as long as we think she's his first wife. Or, you can start digging and do a little research. She doesn't have any dates on her profile either. So this is another fun way if you're a WikiTree nerdy person like me to find profiles to work on. I find it to be rather entertaining to go in here and do this.
There was a question. They said,
yes.
What's the difference between green and black links?
In the list here, in this list? I believe that, so like you see here, there's only one profile here. And for some reason, we don't link to the surname list. I don't know why. I don't have the answer to that, but let's see what happens. Yeah, there's only one profile for that. And I don't know why those aren't linked. I would need to find somebody who knows more than I do to answer that question. But you can always get to the link by just copying the name and putting it into the search box up here. So
I'm not, okay. No, not the black ones are not ones you've already clicked on in this situation.
Correct.
I was looking at the chat. Yeah, I don't know.
Can zoom in too. Does that help? So like I've clicked on this one because it's blue. This is an unusual name.
But like Achari isn't linked, right?
Right. I don't know, and I can find out. I don't have an answer for why those aren't linked. Oh, maybe it's because of the privacy settings. We have unlisted and read. And I really shouldn't be logged in on my account when I'm doing stuff like this. So it could have something to do with that. Let's try this one and see if that holds true. This is one of those things I've never asked about. Interesting. It doesn't even show, so I'm not sure. There's a question. I'll write it down and I'll find out. It's the best I can do. So, guys or not guys, everybody in the chat. Has anybody else seen that before? Has anybody ever used that? The genealogy listing?
No.
It's just wikitree.com/genealogy, and you can get to that page with all the surnames listed.
It's interesting that it's /genealogy and not /surnames.
I know. Well, I think it's because if you go to, here, I'm not sharing anymore. Let me go back here and share again. So, for example, if I wanted to do my surname, I could go to, and it's going to take me to the genealogy page for that surname.
Okay.
So I think that's why it's in that
/
that it's not really, I guess that's not really the namespace, but that subdirectory or whatever we want to call it.
Got it.
So that's why if you take the surname out and press enter, you'll get back to the index.
That's neat.
It's kind of, yeah, I thought it was cool.
There's so many different surnames.
Yeah, yes, and there's so many different ways to find information on WikiTree. So
Yeah.
I always recommend exploring as much as you can. I like to just go up sometimes and go to the little menus on the top and just kind of start playing with stuff up there, because you just never know what you'll find.
Yeah.
And stuff's being added. You know, people write apps through the apps project, and sometimes they get added to the menus.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes new toys show up there, and they're so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah, and Lynette says, in so many ways to spell them.
That could be good, though, if you are not sure on somebody's surname. You could go on that and see which surnames are very close, but not quite.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, it's a really good idea. If you know that, you know how it starts, you might be able to find.
I just
something.
thought of that for one of my husband's family. I'm not exactly sure the spelling, because I only have like one record and it's kind of hard to read. So you should go look at that.
Yes, and then there's always the creative spellings in the census listings.
Yeah,
those are always a joy.
Yeah,
Has anybody
that's why
found anything that? Yeah, I know. Has anybody ever found anything that kind of cracked you up when you figured out what the real spelling was? I've found some phonetically spelled things, and I went, well, no wonder nobody can find these people.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, I'm making myself a note about that page to find out why only some of them are linked.
Hi, Pip.
Hi, Pip.
He says he'll see a new member with what he thinks is unusual, only to find out there's like thousands of them. Yep. I do that when I'm rangering. I like to look at all the different surnames that go past. I'm like, wow, there's a ton of that really unusual sounding surname.
It's not real often that you run across one where you see that the person is the first profile, profile number one for a surname. That doesn't happen very often anymore.
Or, well, when I add -1s, I'm like, did I spell this right? Did I make an error somewhere?
Yeah, that's a good thing to look for. Yep, absolutely. And I know the greeters sometimes, when they notice a -1, they'll say, "Oh, did this person enter their name wrong?" Because sometimes people will, and they'll typo or whatever, and we'll be like, "Yo, you can fix it." So that's cool. I don't know, what else do we want to talk about today? I don't have stats. I'm interested to hear what kinds of things you guys are curious about. Don't ask me WikiTree Plus questions, though. I love to use WikiTree Plus, but I am not an expert. So you guys could probably teach me a few things. Katie, can you teach me things about WikiTree Plus?
Probably. Well, it's the same thing. You just go on and you fiddle with it and try it out, and that's how you learn.
Yeah. I've been trying to carve out some time to just clear out some of the stuff in the WikiTree admin category that you guys use. And I haven't even been able to do that for a couple weeks. So I got a few names out of there this week, but that's about it.
It's summer. Things will slow down.
Yeah.
When it gets colder.
Maybe.
I'm
going to Arizona for the winter. Yay!
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, that's the plan right now. We're hoping. Loretta, I don't know if unsourced profile numbers are coming down. But we have a number of efforts that address unsourced profiles. We have number one, this effort, our dates effort, because you can't add dates without adding sources. So this effort, we have the connectors that add sources. We have the sorcerers who add sources. And of course, our Sourceathon is coming up. Can you believe that's almost here already?
No.
I think registration's going to open soon. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Where's the summer gone?
And then it's in October, right? So it's like a month and change out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So one of the things about unsourced profiles that I would like to talk about here, let's go to the help page. I know I'm not sharing right now, but I will in just a second. Let's see. So on WikiTree, we talk about sources a lot because we do want people to add sources. There's a couple of things about that, though, that we need to all remember. A lot of times people who come here, especially since we're free, a lot of times this might be a new genealogist's first, that's a lot of S's there, first stop. So they're still learning. Some people don't understand what we mean when we say we want a source. So, a lot of times we see things like familysearch.org, not realizing that's like saying, I found it in a book at the library. So, we need to help people that are entering stuff like that because they probably just don't realize that they need to be more specific. So if you see a member doing that, just be nice and say, it's very helpful. When you find a record on Family Search, tell them about the citation that they can copy from the bottom, because that's a lot of times that's the place where people start because it's easy to find records there. So that might be their first experience with a repository. So just help people out, show them what they can do, and what is helpful to the next person who might be looking at the profile. Because there's two things that I always think about. Number one, they might be brand new to genealogy. Number two, they come into WikiTree and it's a little overwhelming at first. Mm-hmm. And they don't know what we're looking for. So let's help them. Let's tell them how to add a citation and where to find it or how to put one together. And then explain how, a lot of people show up here not thinking about the implication of working on a single family tree. Mm-hmm. It's like you're not just working for yourself. You're putting information in that anybody needs to be able to understand when they look at a profile. So most people get here and that just doesn't click, because most people have either been working by themselves on their desktop computer with like what is the name of the
Roots Magic?
Thank you, Roots Magic, which I've never used. And they jot stuff down. It's like, oh, I found the death record, or I have it on my shelf over here or whatever. So they need to understand that it really helps a genealogist who come along later to not only say, oh, well, it came from the death record, but to say what was on the death record. Like it had their parents' names and their parents' names were this. It had where they lived. It had their wife's name, or, who was the informant on the death record. Tell us who that was. So, they need to, our newer members that have not worked on a single family tree before, get an opportunity to learn how to improve their genealogy skills, because they have to write it so that anybody can understand, what they found. So just be helpful to people. That's the, couple things that I always think of when I think of new members coming in. And then we have...
Pip needs to be nice.
Pip, be nice. I thought Pip was always nice.
I don't know. Apparently not.
He is always nice to me. Wait, what did he say?
He said, even if I want to slap them. Yes, I must be nice.
It can get frustrating when you deal with the same thing over and over and over again. So just take a breath and walk away.
Yeah, don't
DWWA.
Yep.
And Pip does that. I know he's always nice. So
yeah.
So I'm going to show you guys our sources FAQ. That's here. Can you see that? Did it work?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So our sources FAQ talks about what we call a source here on WikiTree. Basically, it's where did you find the information? Did you get a hand-drawn tree from your great Aunt Martha? Did she give that to you? Put that down. Yes, I have an unsourced family tree from great Aunt Martha, and it says this. And it's totally okay to create a profile from an unsourced tree from Grandma Martha, great Aunt Martha, whatever, because that's where you got the information. Now, your job after you enter that is to not only say that's where you got it from, but now you get the opportunity to start working and collaborating with the rest of the community and finding whether or not great Aunt Martha got her dates right. And was that really so? Was Uncle Roy really her nephew, or was it, so on and so forth. So yeah, you can enter a profile and say, I have an unsourced family tree, and that's how I know what I entered right here. And everybody else who's watching this person put this information in just needs to be okay with that and give them time to continue their research. Because most people don't come here with a fully developed tree and fully sourced profiles. So let's just give them time. Offer to help them. So our unsourced profiles, we have them. And it's just the nature of the kind of work that's done here. And it's okay. Please add sources as you go and you find more information. No, Lynette, leave your cast iron skillet in the cabinet.
I wasn't reading comments.
It's okay.
I had it on a question for later when you get done.
Oh, go ahead. I'm done. I'm done pontificating. Ask away.
M. Holmquist asks, what are the top 25 family names based on the landing page?
I think it's the top 25 names that have had the most contributions for a period of time, probably for the week.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can't talk. I think it's updated weekly.
That's interesting.
So going back to Lynette's cast iron skillet, if you work in a collaborative environment like this, it takes a lot of patience. And if you're running out of patience, go do something else for a while. I do. I walk away sometimes.
I forgot something. I totally forgot my ranger shift today.
Oh,
it's your fault, Julie.
You're fired. No, I'm just kidding. It happens. I've done that myself. I woke up and, well, didn't wake up, but you're like running to the grocery store. It's like, oh.
I know. We were at the pool and Didn't think about it.
It happens.
Yeah.
Our rangers are very good at
Yeah.
looking back over the schedule and seeing when the last person logged in, and it always gets covered. So we have some awesome people that are rangering. Speaking of that, all of our functional projects can always use more volunteers. So if any of you who are in our chat right now are interested in any of our functional projects and helping out for really just an hour a week, all of us can use them. I know Pip would welcome some more greeters. He'd be happy to have people volunteer to be greeters. So if anybody has an hour a week to spare, where it's not hard work, it's kind of fun, and the group that you get to work with is awesome. They're just like the nicest people on WikiTree, so come join them.
I always laugh when people think that the greeters are robots. I'm like, no, they're real people.
Yeah, that happens. That happens a lot. Yeah. Well, we try to keep things consistent and standard, so that people are getting kind of the same message. Everybody gets the same information. So I can see where they might think that. But I remember when I first came on, I can't remember who greeted me. It was somebody who's still a leader. I think it was Liz Shiflett. I can't remember, but she posted a note, and I thought, wow, this is so cool. Somebody is actually glad that I'm here.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
I was like
thank
they
you.
Noticed me.
Yeah. They're paying attention. June says she's not ready to be a greeter yet. Are you sure, June? Go talk to Pip. He might have a different opinion of that. What's that?
I said Stephen got greeted by Pip.
Oh, that's neat.
That's nice.
The cool thing about being a greeter is that the main skill that you need to have is copy and paste. Because the other project members, if you get questions from a member that you don't know how to answer, you have a whole group of people to back you up in a Google group. So you can just come in there and say, hey, I didn't know. And they'll find the answer for you. If somebody doesn't know it off the top of their head, they'll find the answer, and then you'll know it for next time. Greeting is a lot of fun. It was my first project that I joined, I think. I enjoyed it. Cool people. Megs was my project leader then.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I've worked with her off and on for many, many years. Here, Leah. She's one of the people who thought it was a robot. Don't feel bad, Leah. You're not the only one. Yeah, it's cool that we still have live people greeting people coming in. Mm-hmm. We need more. It's been a summer of people, their computers broke down. We've had a couple people that got sick and had to leave, but they're just awesome people. They would welcome you with open arms into their project. So be a greeter. Be a greeter. They're fun. And you get to hang out with Pip and David Selman. So, why not be a greeter? And Pip really is nice. He's not going to slap anybody.
No.
Oh, this is funny. We were joking about that the other day. It's like we couldn't get this person to respond because we'd asked them a question or something. And I said, you know what? I think let's just live in the next county over. I'll just drive over there.
From WikiTree.
Yeah, we have very personalized service.
They'd probably be like, I'm calling the cops. Who are you?
Yeah, exactly. I'll show up with my Let the Sources Decide t-shirt on.
Laptop in one hand. Let me show you how to use WikiTree.
Right. Here, can we sit at your kitchen table?
Like a missionary. A WikiTree missionary.
Yes, exactly. Well, Aowen came to visit me one time, and it was the weirdest thing because we're so used to talking to each other online.
Mhm.
And here she was sitting at my kitchen table, and we're like still talking to each other on the computer.
Did we do that when we were
Probably at Roots
we
Tech.
were roommates at Roots Tech, and I can't remember if we talked on the computer in the same room or not.
Oh, I'm sure we must have. Even if just to be funny, because
Yeah,
we're dorks.
I know.
Roots Tech is a lot of fun. I hope they do have it in person again at some point, but I don't think they will this coming year, will they? Did they announce it yet?
I know that they're doing what they did last year, but I didn't know if there's going to be an in-person component. And
Yeah.
that looks less likely now, I would say.
Unfortunate.
So, I don't know. I hope that if they do go back to in person, though, that they keep at least some of the offerings online. Like, I mean, they always post some videos, right? But I hope they post more of the videos because that was really nice.
Yeah.
For people across the world.
Yep. It's a really neat experience if they do start doing it in person again. If anybody gets a chance to go, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. It's just fun to meet these.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying it's fun to meet people that you talk to all the time face to face.
Yeah. Come to the WikiTree booth. There will be a lot of familiar faces.
Yep. And we're all usually kind of tired and punchy.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
You can't miss us. We're in bright orange, all of us.
Yep. Pretty easy to find. And we might be one of the louder booths. I don't know. Are we?
Probably. We have fun at our booth. We don't.
We do. We play music. Sarah sang the last time we were there.
She did. She got on her mic and sang at people going past.
Yep.
Yep.
And let's see what else. Oh, we had some presentations going on. Megs did a good one. I ended up doing one. That's not my favorite thing to do. Presentations.
We had Roberta Estes, right?
Yes.
She did a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think of who else I really liked.
We do not have blueberry pie at the booth.
No.
But we might have to change that. Yes.
Everyone's sodas. Yeah.
And coffee. There's like lots of cups of coffee sitting around. We have to label them.
Yep. And then our booth was next to the candied pecan place, so it just made us continually hungry.
And they have vanilla, so you're smelling roasted pecans with a cinnamon sugar vanilla scent.
It was really good.
It was torture.
Yeah, you just wanted to eat them constantly because they were making them constantly.
I finally broke down and went and got some.
I did too. Yeah.
And then I can't remember why this happened, but Alesha's daughter went and got me a big thing of popcorn. She's my best friend now. I love her.
She's fun.
She was trying to teach us all how to speak Slovenian.
Mm-hmm. I could not remember turtle in Slovenian.
Do you? Can you say it?
Because I don't remember how to pronounce it really, but
I am terrible. Oh, Steven's got a good idea. Make fresh bread to draw them in. I don't think they'll let us. Oh, wait.
No, I think that they would charge us a lot of money to have an oven.
I was going to say, I think they'd frown on that.
Yeah, they charged a lot of money for a trash can. So just think of how much that would be enough for an oven.
Yes. It's true. It's true. It's not cheap to go to a conference. Benjamin's here. Hi, Benjamin.
I'm sorry. June, you might be interested in the, what is it? It's the Profile Improvement Project's Voyage. Is that what it is?
Oh, Voyager. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever they call that.
Look up that. I don't know where to direct.
See if I can bring it up.
Yeah. She says she wants one-on-one help to help me tweak my profiles.
Excellent.
The sources, and that's.
Here's the project page. Let me share. Can you see it? No, it's not added.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can. There we go.
Oh.
Here's profile improvement. Just come to their project page. Debbie, Kylie, Esme, they can all help you, or you can go to their post.
Oh, there we go.
Post.
Step 1, complete the profile improvement project voyage. It was on that other page.
Yes, yep. Right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I highly recommend that. It will teach you everything you need to know about adding what should, making a perfect profile. Perfect. We always have room for improvement, don't we? Oh, Holmquist is doing the profile improvement project right now.
Cool. Yeah, I go back to profiles that I wrote in 2017 or 18, and I'm like, I have a different style now. I have to go back and reformat them.
Yes. I'm sure everybody was biting their tongue because I was using a way of sourcing profiles that is frowned upon now.
Oh.
I was using span tags.
Oh yeah.
And we prefer not to do that now because it is it works great, but it's confusing especially for people who aren't comfortable with adding like inline sources and stuff. It's just gets confusing. So don't do that. If you see any of my profiles and you see that span tags on them, just ignore them. I'm going to fix them.
I'm going to write a comment. Be like, Julie, you better fix this now.
It's okay. You can do that if you'd like.
Oh, Lynette is very thankful to Julie.
Oh, what for?
Maybe showing the profile improvement project.
Oh, good. Yay! Yay me. That's what we're here for. I love our little every other Friday chats here where we get to just share fun things. Oh, span tag.
Oh.
Thank you for using them or for removing them. Because now when I find the profiles I made with those in there, I take them out. So I hope that's what she's thanking me for. I can't put them back in. Someday, I bet. I don't know. We always talk about getting or implementing somehow a WYSIWYG type editor, but that's such a huge undertaking. I don't even know where to start with that. So that's like on the pipe dream list. Is there a project for help finding sources? Well, Anne, does the PIP project cover that? The profile improvement project? Does the Voyage cover sources?
I know that they talk about sources and sources, and I don't know that they talk about where to get them. You can always ask in G2G, like, can I get some help finding sources for this person?
And I see that you're in Texas, Anne. So I'm going to guess that you're in Texas based on your icon. If you go to the Texas project, we have that too. Let me bring that up. If I can type. A lot of times our project pages, let me share that again. Here's the Texas project, Texas. A lot of our project pages have hints on where you can find sources, thank you, or repositories.
Oh, none of her ancestors are from Texas.
Oh, well, that's just an example. We have a project for every state. So if you go to, just use the same, I'll go back over there. Like I can go to Project Illinois. If I could type Illinois, because that's where I am. There's the Illinois project. You can do that for any state. You can do that for pretty much any country. We have most countries covered right now. Resources. We have a whole list of resources for Illinois research. You would be just so surprised to see what you can find on these project pages. I just highly recommend. And you can also go to the Find menu in the upper right corner and click on find and then projects to look for a, like a geographic location, and they will have, oftentimes will have resources listed for research. The England project has something called an orphan trail, where they will take members through orphaned profiles and show them how to find sources for them, but that's very geared towards England or English profiles.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Scotland project has a tartan trail. There's another project that started a trail too.
Yeah.
You guys remind me. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
There's Scotland's, and then I can't think of it either. I know that I've read about it somewhere.
And then I wonder, hang on a second.
Pip says Canada.
Oh yeah, I can't remember what they called theirs. Let's see, hang on a second here. And also, if you go to, and if you got the tags for, or the links for the tutorial pages, from your greeter, you should have gotten a link to, I'll go back here, to this page, the new member how-to category, and it's got a number of tutorials on it. When you go in here and click on the first one, how to start climbing our tree, it first talks about how to create profiles and then how to add a source citation. And it gives you some ideas on places to look. Root search is a tool that we use on WikiTree that will allow you to search. Let me find a profile here.
Yeah, somebody had mentioned root search.
Yeah, let me go to my watch list and I'll find a profile to look at, and I'll show you what it looks like. It is very cool. Don't look at how many profiles I have on my watch list. I'm trying to get rid of them, I swear.
Bye, Benjamin.
Bye, Benjamin.
Obi.
So if on Obi Ziegler, so any profile you can, if it's you can either go to the profile menu here and find the research link, or you can go down to the right-hand side here and click on root search, and it will fill in that person's information for you here. I usually take out the country here just because I'm going to go to family search from here. You can modify your list down here for what sites you want to use. I went into the, I'll go back here. I went into the more sites option, and there's a whole list of research sites that you can use. Some of them, of course, you need to have
add WikiTree on there if you want to. I think WikiTree's down.
Yeah, it is. So you could search WikiTree for information, because that would help you find duplicates.
Mm-hmm.
But there, of course, some of these you need to have a subscription to. Some of them you don't. So my favorites, I always start by going to Family Search. And yes, I go to Find a Grave because there are hints there that can come in handy. So as you can see, it popped me into Find a Grave and it filled in this information. Usually you need to go in here and expand the date and see Obi's not out there on Find a Grave. And then, no, I wasn't signed in. Family Search, it'll fill in whatever information was on the profile. And you can go through these and see if they apply. Obi here's Obi, the father of the bride. So yeah, that's a cool way to research. I hope that answered your question. I hope that helped anyway. Who asked that? That was Anne. Did we lose her?
No. Anne followed up and said, "What's wrong with Find a Grave?"
Oh, well, it's just that it's just like any site where it's a user created, memorials or profiles. some people add sources and some people don't. So whatever information you get from there, you're going to want to verify with additional sources. Because a lot of times you'll find obituaries on there. And as we all know, obituaries aren't always right.
Yeah. And if you get a Find a Grave profile without a picture of the headstone or something, then people could be putting in whatever, so you have to be careful.
I've seen memorials for people who haven't died yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Probably shouldn't be doing those.
But
I've also... Go ahead.
Okay. No, I was just going to say use caution. Use that to try to find other sources.
Yeah, it's just a good way to look for hints. And even the headstones don't always have the right information.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, she said that it did help.
Oh, so good. Yay. That's why we're here. Let's see. Loretta says, find a grave. Correcting their date. They are the most, well, and that's good and bad, because you can send the memorial manager a request to change the information because you found something. I always send them a link to the source that I found to prove that I actually did find it. But sometimes they just don't, they take your word for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's good that they update stuff, but I usually try to provide them what I found and why I think what they have needs to be updated. So, oh yeah, Kathy has a good point. Sometimes the headstone will have the deceased spouse, and that's usually helpful. So, but there, just like with anything, you have to be careful what you find out there. It's human beings putting information in, so we all make mistakes. You just need to have a little grace about that. Oh, and how are we going to win an argument with Alesha's bots? It's hard to win arguments with Alesh in general. He always has the answer. So that's fine. I don't mind because he's usually right. So I just depend on him to give me the right info.
Oh, I do know sometimes it's frustrating because the memorial on Find a Grave will have a different date, and then it gets flagged as a suggestion, and I'm like, nobody knows the real date, so I'm not going to fix this.
Yeah, it's sometimes. And if you find stuff like that, put in a research note that says, Find a Grave says this document says that. We don't know for sure which one's right. So, let's keep looking. That's one of the great things about WikiTree. I know that the interface can be a little hard to learn, because you've got your free text area, and it's a little intimidating to put in line citations and learn the formatting code and all that. But it gives us so much freedom to put information in there. And I'm not sure I've ever seen that anywhere else.
I love research notes.
Me too.
Love them.
Yeah.
Ditto. But I think I chose WikiTree because I really like the freeform text.
Yeah. I like that you can tell a person's whole story there. Mm-hmm. I love that so much.
And I like you can have the bio up here, but then also underneath it, research notes, right? Like on the same page. So people can see what you have done as far as research and trying to clear up things.
I agree. And it's just cool to be able to talk to each other that way, to share your information that way. Mm-hmm. It's what makes us so collaborative, is that we can share information back and forth so easily. But like I said, our new members, we need to give them time and hold their hands sometimes. Hello, Mr. Katie. Just give them time to get acclimated and give them a helping hand. Don't do it for them. You know what I mean? You can leave them a note and say, here's how you can find that, but don't, teach a man to fish.
Mm-hmm. I know it's hard. It's hard to not, you just want to step in and fix it and take over.
Yeah. And it's okay to do, like ask them, can I show you an example of how to do that? Or another way to do that that's a little easier to read, or do you mind if I show you how to put a source in here in line? It's just have a conversation. I still have people, I've been on WikiTree since 2000 something, a long time ago. It's been close to 10 years now, and I still talk to people that I met back in the day when I was still learning my way around. And, I still have buddies that I hang out with.
Hold on.
Sure. Let's see. Wait, what is Stephen saying? One of my relatives' grave has newspaper articles of the person. Is not them, so has my eyes open to finding the correct info. Cool. I don't know about the rest of you, but I get a little obsessed with when I find mistakes somewhere else. I find myself submitting corrections to Find a Grave, and now on Family Search, you can sometimes edit the transcription of the record. I do that. It's kind of fun to know that you're providing quality information. All right, well, I've babbled on for, oh my gosh, almost an hour.
Yeah, my hair is dried.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Well, I'm glad everybody stopped by. Oh, yeah. You're welcome, Janine. I did that ages ago. I probably need to redo it because I'm not sure that it's 100% up to date now. We've had some interface updates since then, I think. But yeah, I just kind of threw that together. It's a little haphazard, but I'm glad it helped. I think we might be able to put a better version of how to do things out there in the future. I hope so. It's something we'd like to do.
Videos.
It just takes time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The problem with videos, I love them because they, to show somebody how to do something it always works better than telling them how to do it through a help page.
It's hard to do that on WikiTree.
It is.
Yeah.
But the problem with videos is that, something changes, you have to redo the whole video for the most part.
Yeah.
So it makes kind of a big maintenance project, but that doesn't mean we don't want to use them. We do. We think they're a really great teaching tool. So we'll find ways to make it work better.
Julie, we are better than Netflix.
That's hilarious, Pip.
That is such a high compliment, Pip.
That's really funny. Thank you. I'm not buying it, but thank you. And okay. It's so funny. Well, I will let you all go. Come over to Discord and hop into the Friday Date Night channel. Say hello. If you don't know how to get to Discord, go to the WikiTree help page for Discord. It's help:/Discord. So come on over. It's a lot of fun. Not a ton of people are there on Fridays, but everybody pops in and talks about what they're doing or, what they're eating.
Yep.
So come on over and we'll let you go. I can't believe we did a whole hour here. Thank you, Katie, for helping.
This is, I think, my longest live stream.
I know. I appreciate it. Then I'm not just babbling on it myself.
I know. It's awkward.
It is awkward. All right, you guys, we will see you in 2 weeks for Friday Date Night. Thanks for coming by, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.